with our best friend, Pat. What's going on, Grant?
What is going on with everyone?
I made a good choice today. Well, it's kind of with the help of you guys and myself, resolve. I said no more Chipotle online orders. And you know
Yeah,
what it did?
I
Yeah,
went
Grant?
in.
Yeah, tell me. Hit me.
No, I remembered you not doing mobile orders, so
That's right. So I walked up to the line. There was no line. Saw some schmuck waiting for his online delivery to my right. I said, "Give me that, and a little bit of that."
did you
And,
get double chicken?
No, I didn't get double chicken, but shout out to the homegirl who they just hook you up.
They
they're
hook
just-
you up?
They don't. They're just bam. They're hitting the bowl with a big scoop of shit.
Yeah,
I saw
sour
'em.
cream.
I
They're
saw 'em.
like,
I saw the loser in the
in
side
the back
where
being
they're where they're making the online orders. They got like mini spoons and
they got
Like
like
the
a
free samples.
yeah.
they got Coke spoons.
They're just putting them on. Yeah, we're gonna put a little bit of this, and a little bit more corn. Okay. Yeah, so I'm
That's the
definitely
only
sticking
time.
with that.
That's the only time I do it. So it's literally probably like 50% more food.
It's night and day.
For 20% less money. Well, if you don't.
Yeah.
Just the delivery.
Actually,
Yeah.
my tortilla on the side is now 30 cents. So, which is
But do they charge that if you like are on the normal line? I feel like they
uh-huh.
want it.
I saw it on my receipt.
It's illegal.
30 cents for a tortilla.
Uh-huh.
But why are bowls not 30 cents cheaper?
Because they give you a bowl.
Well, got him there.
Checkmate.
Checkmate. It's the same price. One tortilla is one plastic bowl. So
I don't
that's
think it's
that's
plastic. Right? I think it's paper.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's some
It's
weird.
a soggy bowl.
It's just soy. You can eat it.
It's rice paper.
It's
like a-
tortilla.
It's like
It's a tortilla. They make the tortillas. Balls out of tortillas. I don't know what's going on with you, Grant.
Not much. Not much.
Just not much. Just pondering life.
Pondering
Working
life.
your next step.
Working my next step. Working
Alright.
my next step.
What about you, Pat?
Not much. I was rear-ended. Going into work. That's about it.
They try and get you in the office one day and you get rear-ended.
Yep. It is how it is what it is. Yeah, it's a little weird.
I rear-ended someone in high school right off the highway exit. Was yours
That-
off a highway exit?
Yep, I was at the light. I was stopped at the light.
Yeah.
Yours was off a highway exit? I thought yours was at the bottom of a hill, Grant.
No, that was a real bad one. This was like just
Was
a little
it you
itty-bitty
rear-ending
one.
someone or you got rear-ended?
I rear-ended both times.
Okay.
I was the rear-ender.
Uh,
The one time the dude it was a whole thing, but the time off the highway exit, it was just like a little boop, and then we pulled into the parking lot, and she was like, "Fine." It's like,
Fine.
"Yeah."
Just
Was
a little oopsie whoopsie at the stop light.
Pat, was yours? Is there noticeable damage to the car?
A little bit, but it's not like. It just looks like I got rear-ended at a low speed. Like it's not like dented in or anything. Just has like paint on it and stuff.
Is
Yeah.
that I've never been rear-ended or rear-ended anyone, so I don't know if you do you file a claim for that or you just leave it?
It depends.
I'm gonna get a quote and then kind of
Yeah,
see.
it's so stupid.
Yeah.
It's like you're like, oh, so insurance covers that, right? And it's like, well, technically, but you have to pay the deductible, and you're like, the deductible's like $500, and the repair is like, I don't know,
$500.
and then your insurance can like go up, I think,
Even though you're not at
even though
fault.
you're not at fault. Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
so
all a
I'm
fucking
gonna
racket.
see how much it is and then talk to Denny,
who's Denny?
the rear ender.
The
Or
awkward
the
tired man
rear-ender.
who
His
rear-ended
name's
you.
Denny.
Yeah, Denny Varga. I think that's
Just got doxxed.
It sounds like he gave you a fake name.
He, I thought so too.
Yeah,
so
you
I
just
called him as he
doxed
went
the
back to
fuck
his
outta him.
car. I don't think anything is. Yeah, go kill him, viewers. sorry, Daddy. Daddy, if you're listening, please pay
He's
me.
not listening. He's dead, but
Oh my God.
how many years this?
You're probably right. I'm so sorry to the Varga family. I just want to say that now. I know he didn't mean it.
Damn. Well, yeah, that sucks. It's kind of like petty theft and stuff, where
Yeah.
like, if like someone broke into my car here a while ago.
Cops laugh at you.
Well, nothing was taken. They broke into it. Or I left it.
That's just rude.
Yeah. So it's like,
I
what do
had-
I do? I like nothing, I guess.
I was hit. So I'm at Lucky's. I'm at the grocery store. I'm shopping. I come outside. I'm like walking to my car, and there's like 3 people, and they're like, "Oh, dude, that's your car." I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Dude, a truck just hit it." I'm like, "What?" They're like, "A truck just hit it and drove off." And there's like a crowd of like 5 people. They're like, "Yeah, dude, someone just hit." I was like, "You fucking kidding me?" And they're like, "Yeah, they just drove away." I'm like, what the fuck? So I go inside, and like I'm like, "Yo, like people just told me someone hit my truck," and they were like kind of okay, and I kind of talked to them, and then they're like, "Oh, you gotta like file a police report." So they found the film. They're like, "Oh yeah, I'm looking at the film now. I can see that they hit you." I was like, "Okay, but I can't give it to you. We can only get the cops." I'm like, "Okay," and then
You vigilante.
and then I go to the cops and I report it, and then I didn't hear a thing again. It's in Cleveland. They don't give a fuck.
That dude really climbed into my car and caused an accident, and they didn't even show up.
Well, yeah, I think you have the all-time.
And then, no, I never heard anything from my police report. I got like an automated response. It's like, "Thanks for filing your claim. You'll hear back from us." And nothing.
Well, that guy.
Did
What
you
should be done with
damage your
that guy?
car?
Yeah, definitely. I only had one mirror. My side is still.
So that you had to do deductible.
My insurance said I would not be covered for that. That's
That wasn't in the drop down like crazy homeless dude jumped in my car.
I talked to like 4 different people at Allstate, and they were like, "Yeah, we can't help you out here. We're not gonna be able to cover this for you." I was like, "What am I paying you guys for?"
So you had to pay for the repairs.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to think like what that even falls under.
No idea.
Because it's
Like
not.
it's like a. I mean, it'd be like if someone came out and like smacked your car with a baseball bat, you know?
Yeah, isn't that comprehensive insurance?
Yeah. What if someone breaks your window when you're not there?
I have no idea, but I was like, "This can't be right. I need to talk to someone else." And they're like, "Yeah, no, you're not covering you." I was like, "Wait, someone else, please."
You can talk to someone else. They're going to tell you the same thing.
And I'm like, "Send me someone else that was told the same thing." It's like,
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm not helping you now, but comprehensive insurance covers things that are not a collision. So when your vehicle's damaged, I think
But it was a collision,
well,
right? Did
yeah,
hit?
it was a collision.
Yeah.
with
It was a
so
it was a
wasn't the
comprehensive
guy-
collision.
Well,
It was a comprehensive collision.
it was like someone who caused you to collide
Yeah, exactly.
into something. That's,
and they said they can't cover that.
don't they have all those fucking commercials where they're like,
You're
"Here's
gonna-
this unbelievable scenario. We got you covered."
Mayhem. I literally ran into Mayhem, and then
Oh yeah,
yeah,
Mayhem. You did run into Mayhem.
Yeah.
Mayhem was jacked
and toothless.
and toothless.
Yeah, that guy should be locked up somewhere.
He probably is.
Probably not. I mean, probably hanging out.
Hey Quinn, this is Cleveland, not LA. Come on.
Well, in LA, he'd have a nice. He'd own property in LA.
Yeah.
He would. He'd have his nice little corner, terrorizing people, and everyone would be like, "Oh, I guess this is how it is."
He'd be a
Dude,
resident.
what
of
happened,
s-
Quinn?
scary
Were you
stuff.
there in LA when like a crazy homeless with your parents?
I wasn't there. I only heard about it. I felt really bad. Where?
I heard about it too.
Oh yeah, because you talked to my dad. Yeah, basically, I was supposed to pick them up at a intersection, and they kind of were not in the spot that I thought they were going to be. Because I mean, they're new to the area, so they're just waiting at this intersection. And I guess this kind of deranged homeless dude was like trying to assault them. I don't know. He was just yelling at them like very intensely and like calling them "you dumb like fucking California." My dad's like, I'm not even from here. Just, like, what do you want? Did he add in?
I actually heard about that from your dad too.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's just funny. You stay in a place for like you think you can avoid it for a week, but it happened once.
Yeah, there's a lot of the deranged out there.
You gotta watch out. Stay safe, everybody. Corona's not gonna kill you. The deranged might.
Toothless Tommy will get you.
All right, Grant. What are we talking about today? Music.
First, music.
We have a music experiment.
We have been reviewing. This is the second week we're reviewing an album. Third, and
I had a little experiment.
Corporate has
Corporate.
nixed this project and says it doesn't really fit under the guise of GQ review. And if we would like to continue this project of reviewing albums, we will have to do so under a different department, a different umbrella entirely. So this is the last review. It's nixed by corporate. They said no more.
They said it's outside of our scope.
I
We need to
enjoyed it.
focus
Too
up.
expensive.
I've heard a
Well,
lot of
there-
people enjoyed it.
We might
Pat,
offshore
Pat,
it.
Pat, you enjoyed it?
We might spin it off.
I had a
Spin
good-
off.
I
I was
enjoyed
looking
it.
forward
I
to
liked it.
future
Money.
endeavors.
Same. I was looking forward to the Pitchfork album review, but corporate said
They axed it.
they axed it.
All right.
We
Well,
didn't
what's the review?
I don't. You tell me, because I have no spirit.
I'm kind of
I have
sick
no.
of this.
Yeah, my spirit has been drained. I don't even.
To put it succinctly, Grant wanted to review a hip hop album. We reviewed it. It was okay. Pat wanted to review something reviewed by the same person because we're about reviews here.
Is corporate explaining themselves in an email right now?
Kind of covering
I'm
the
reading
tracks,
the
huh?
email verbatim. Anyways, my whole experiment is if a new trap hip hop album affects Grant any differently, because last week he told us that it pained him to listen to some music from the youth, and I was curious if Grant had new opinions on a different, more established artist in the space. So Grant, tell me what Future, I Never Liked You. That's the album.
It is better. Not that memorable. It's really not like. I almost feel like embarrassed listening to this stuff.
What? You're getting old, Grant. I think that's what it is.
I felt the same. I listened to it when I went into work. This was on when I
Yeah.
got rear-ended, and then I was like, I was playing it. I remember I was sitting at my desk, and I had my AirPods in, and I was about to hit play, and I was on "We Just Won't Get High," and I was like, I hope my AirPods are connected right now.
Well, I think that's any. I mean, you don't want to be blasting anything out loud,
Oh,
but that one in particular was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it a lot better than I think both albums we listened to, Pusha T and Young K.O. K. Oh.
Okay, yo.
I have two songs I liked on here. Ones that I saved on Spotify.
Hit me.
The Way Things Going and Wait For You with Drake.
Okay. I did not favorite the way things going, but I had 4, which included The one that you mentioned, the Wait for You.
Wait for You.
Which is, yeah, I mean, it's nice because it's such a change in the production and just the style of the song. 7:12 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Great intro. Just coming out strong. The Kanye's feature, Keep It Burning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I think that one got better over time. And can't forget Puffin' on Zooties.
You stole mine.
Stole all Pat. Pat and I have very similar.
I didn't like the Drake one though. I think I skipped that one actually.
Ooh, damn.
Sorry.
All right, I'm the conglomerate of you guys.
Did you guys like? Okay.
I'll tell you what I didn't like.
Yeah, what was your least favorite?
Massaging me.
Yeah, well, I guess. Well, there's the massaging me and like the chicken song, which was kind of. I probably would feel embarrassed blasting that chicken song. Very George Chickens. What's
Then it's the We Just Won't Get High. It's a weird order. Like sometimes I feel like order's very important in an album. And
yeah.
I felt like he put all his good stuff, like super strong start. Then the Kanye, and then there was like some Puffin' on Zooties, which I thought was pretty good, and then the Drake song, and then it got a little congested in the middle.
Yeah. I mean, those are the songs I think you're puffing on some Zooties and you're like, this sounds really good, but actually it's probably not that great.
But it's fun.
I think For a Nut, rest in peace Gunna and Young Thug.
Is Gunna dead?
No, they're not dead, but they're in prison.
For what?
You haven't seen the news?
I haven't seen the news.
Oh man, I forgot Pat's like totally out of like even mainstream news.
I didn't know Brian Laundrie.
Yeah, he didn't know about Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie until we explained it to him. But no, they're on federal. Him and Gunna are just got charged with like federal RICO charges, basically linking them to a murder or an attempted murder of a different gang member.
My boy's
That's
gonna
not
make the
good.
case.
I don't know. People are saying it's. I mean, he's going to prison for at least a period of time.
Young Thug
What
can't
is-
handle prison. He doesn't even. They're gonna make so much fun of him because he's gonna be.
He's a little
Hey
flamboyant.
Jeffrey, come on, my cellar
I
night.
think he likes
Jeffrey."
wearing dresses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be
So
good for him.
I think there's a lot of videos and pictures out released where they like raided the homes and.
This just happened.
Yeah. Like the
And
day
have it on
yesterday, 2
Monday.
days ago.
Oh no.
My boy Slime.
Yeah, YSL's. Interestingly enough, yeah, they grew it. There's a lot of Cleveland Street or Cleveland Avenue, which I guess is where they grew up in Atlanta.
Isn't YSL? It's like, isn't that a clothing
Yves
brand
Saint
too?
Laurent.
Yves Saint
Yeah.
Laurent. So yeah. Anyways, with them, I did not like that song at all. But I thought, listen to it again. I just listened to the beat, and the beat is great. Actually, if you just close your eyes and you kind of just ignore their voices, the beat's pretty good. So I think some of these songs get produced where they're like, all right,
Wait,
this is gonna be.
do
the
you
one
guys?
that's
So
gonna-"
like, if I name Back to the Basics, let's say, like, do you guys remember what that sounds like?
Mm-mm.
Back
If I
to the
said-
no. The second half was, but
The way
I'd say
things
that for a
go.
lot of music.
Yeah, but I feel like yeah. I mean, I guess it takes a while to like be like, I know that song.
Yeah, it's not like some Kanye Dark Twisted Fantasy where you're like, I've listened to this like 50 times and I know every how. Blah blah blah.
Oh, it was so fucking good.
So
Well-
yeah,
Yeah, I feel like it has to have that initial pull to like bring you back in, and then you kind of like rediscover the more nuanced part of it. But I don't know if it did it for me this time. There were some good songs, but it was a bit long and a bit scattered for like for an album.
I'm going to do okay. I'm gonna do Metacritic reading. Is it okay?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Accepted.
It's
Sorry,
6.5.
Pitchfork was 6.0.
So this is 6.5 based on 26 ratings. I'm gonna go under. I don't know, dude. I'm trying. I'm trying, guys.
I appreciate it, Grant. And I don't think
need
it's
to-
a
wait,
home run
one.
either. I'm not like
One. I need
surprised.
a. What is puffing on Zooties?
I don't know.
Whatever you want it to
Yeah.
be, Grant.
Just you have
All
some
right,
creative
well, I need
liberties
a
here.
maybe if I'm puffing on Zooties. I remember it took me like many listens of Culture to click, and then it finally hit when me and Quinn were riding back from Yosemite. I think that's why I remember I was like, dude, I like this music now. I get it.
We were listening to that on the way home.
I think so.
We must have listened to a bunch of stuff because it was like
It
a
was
6 hour drive.
hours.
That's the
you
best time to
just-
listen to music.
We just like still asleep
While our friend Yuki slept in the back seat and enjoyed a
for
nice.
6 hours.
Imagine that. You just close your eyes, you wake, oh, we're home. That was nice.
I'm hungry. I'm gonna get some food.
You guys want
We
food?
ordered food and then ate his food because he wouldn't. Like
We were
you want
such
the
good
food?
friends. We said, he's asleep right now, but like by the time we stop, turn off the car, go inside, come back out, like he's got to wake up and he's going to want some food. So we're like, we'll get him food.
I think
And
it's a drive-through, but yeah,
might have been. I don't know. We were
it
stopped.
was Jack in the
We
Box.
weren't on the highway anymore.
Mm-mm. I think we probably pulled over to eat too. Maybe.
Yeah. And we're like, oh, I got some food.
Stretch your legs.
Nothing.
Oh, did you know? Did I tell you that RV company is out of business?
Yeah. So that.
You can't get juicy RVs anymore, unless you're in New Zealand or Australia.
I think they were bought out or something, and then classic buyout, like quality and service just tanked. Something like that.
Synergies, baby.
So, yeah, I don't know. I think I'd go over a 6.5, just because I don't think there's a lot of stuff. I don't know. If it really like depends on how many songs I'm saving. 4 is pretty good.
What if a song is 1 point? Then it's only.
Then it's only
4.0.
4 points. And then
Yeah.
it fails.
So you're saying each song is worth more than 1.5 points?
In a way, just because
You listen to that whole thing.
What if you like?
We're not rating the songs. Yeah, but we're not rating this. Like, he put 22 on here. He's 4 out of 22.
Yeah, for that reason, I'm
16.
going under. As an album, I feel like
well,
it has
I
to
don't
be
know where
cohesive.
Grant got 22, but 16.
What?
They're 22.
I listened to 22.
Yeah.
Is there a deluxe version that I didn't listen to?
Oh. Yeah, it says there's 3 releases on Spotify. What the fuck?
Oh.
And they're all named the same thing.
Well, I listened
Usually
to
one's a clean version.
I listened to the long ass one. Wait, so the song I liked is
Wait,
not
what?
even. Wait. Oh no, The Way Things Going. Is that on both?
No, now I'm clicking on it. Now there's 22. This is strange. But when I liked it and I saved it in Spotify, I see 16.
Can you click the 3 more releases at the bottom? I can. I can switch between
the
two.
artist playlist.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't see 3 more releases.
It's like it's right at the end of at the bottom of the album.
Yeah, I see it.
It says 3 more releases. It's like a drop down, and I don't know why there's 4 releases.
Well, usually that's where you can get to the clean versions of songs on Spotify. But usually the deluxe version is a separate album in there. I don't know why it's named the same, and it's very confusing. Bad UX. Bad publishing.
You tell them.
Yeah, I'm gonna go under. Or under with.
I convinced him.
Well, now I'm confused now, just because there's like more songs, and I haven't listened to them all. So you know what? Fuck it, dude. Yeah, maybe I'll go under. I do like some of the songs though.
I like some of the songs too, but I felt like as an album, it was just not. I don't know. I feel like it has to be like a strong cohesivity. So
Okay, well, 3 unders. I'm glad we did the experiment, though. I'll slowly throw new music at Grant. And maybe
Well,
we'll do
I don't
something
I just like
understand.
listening to albums too. I feel like I don't listen to that many albums, and it was nice to kind of break up the me Patrick listening to old save Spotify music for a little bit.
I agree, and it's actually something I really enjoyed and thought was innovative that we were doing, and it's just out of our hands on this one. So sorry, everyone.
Well, we'll see what. Well, maybe we'll write an email to corporate and we'll figure out what's
You're
going on.
corporate.
New music reviews coming soon to you.
Well,
Yeah. What are we talking about? That's not a music album.
The holiday season.
the holiday season, let me pull this fucking up. What is the synopsis of this shit hole? This fucking piece of
What?
dog
Grant.
water.
Grant, we don't even know what movie we're talking about.
Saving Christmas. We're talking about Saving
Kirk
Christmas.
Cameron
Like
saving
Kirk
Christmas.
Cameron's Saving Christmas. It's a 2014 American faith-based Christmas comedy film.
Comedy?
That's the descriptions.
Are you reading that right?
It combines a comedic narrative with educational elements in order to put Christ back in Christmas. It says that most of Christmas's popular elements are biblical in origin, while criticizing the modern day view of the holiday, especially from atheists, which there were no atheists in this film. So during the story, the film depicts some of the biblical events mentioned by Cameron while he provides narration for the audience. And I usually don't read any reception thing, but there's one sentence here where it just says the film received a 0% rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
The worst movie ever made, I think, if you continue.
This
Razzies.
film starts off with they're not trying to hide any intent. Breaking the fourth wall, talking to you like they're selling you a, I don't know, ShamWow kitchen rag.
Fireside chat.
Yeah, fireside chat story. They tell you what this thing's about, and that's what it was about.
I forgot that there was this whole narrative that there was like a war on Christmas, and that like Christians were being persecuted for believing that like it's not allowed to celebrate the holidays. And I was like, I kind of forgot that was like a whole thing that people were upset about. And it kind of made me feel like outrage culture has just always been here.
But it's different than that. I mean, that's what I thought it was too, or, you gotta say happy holidays instead of Christmas.
Yeah.
But the whole premise of the movie really is like, wait, I'm like, it's like some Christian dude talking to some other, like, even a hardcore Christian, like, why, like, this doesn't actually mean Christmas. Like, why are we doing the things we're doing?
Yeah, I feel like that, and that's why I kind of called out that atheist thing. Like, his arguments to me were like valid of someone, like, I've never heard. They basically took, like, I think common atheist arguments, and then they were saying that they tied it back to Christianity. So, okay, I'm explaining this really poorly. For example, he's like, Christmas is, we're all about buying presents, blah, blah, blah. And they get toys that the kids will use for 3 weeks, and then they won't use them. Imagine how many people we can feed, like, and how many lives we can save. And I think that's valid. And then it doesn't really address that at all. Instead, it addresses, like, Christian on Christian violence, I'll call it, where Christians criticizing Christmas because there's not enough Jesus in the Christmas tree and Santa Claus and why
yeah, why is there-
why is Christmas not Christian enough? What and then they debunked all of those. But I feel like always it was never about that. It was about, well, isn't Christmas kind of maybe antithetical to Christian values as a whole? Not we're not trying to put Jesus back into like what? I've never heard that, but maybe I'm just not in that Christian bubble.
This brought me back to high school. This was
Okay,
like,
so
I'm in high school religion class, and I was just like, it was hard for me to even like listen to it because I've got this skill at like filtering out religious talk
It's just
Yeah.
that has been
it's like a
developed
buzzing.
over 13 years of Catholic school. That I can just kind of like religion class is like just kind of tune it out. So I was having a very hard time just like when they went into those stories. I was just like, bullshit. Don't like any of this. I don't
what
know.
do you mean Santa Claus was bad in a
by
good way?
Good way.
He smited that one dude.
What the fuck?
Whatever that means.
But then he like killed him, didn't he?
Maybe he did, and they didn't. They needed to.
He started
Talk
hitting him
around it.
more. He was like,
I don't know what was going on.
well, yeah. Anyways, quit. I'm
It's like confused. So yeah, it's tough because I wouldn't even call this a movie. This could have been a 45-minute like YouTube video, like
I watched it on YouTube.
explaining like how, like why do we celebrate Christmas the way we do or something. Because I mean, there are some legitimate questions. You're like, I don't Santa, trees. I don't know where it comes from. Sure, that could be an educational video. There's no story or plot really.
What do you mean?
well. So, but the way they like put it forward, I was like Pat in the sense where like I'm like, well, I don't even trust you. Like, I don't even believe this. Like, is that really what happened with Santa Claus? Like, is that why Santa Claus? I don't know. I don't fucking trust this guy. This guy said this guy's biased as fuck. This guy's gonna lie to do anything to get this guy. Like, I don't know. Is that true? Is that the origin of Santa Claus? Do we know? I don't.
It could be. It could not. I don't think
Not
that's
what
important.
I was taught at Catholic school.
Yeah, I think he just made shit up.
I'm sure
Plus-
it's not made up. I mean, it's whatever Orthodox view, or maybe it's not
you-
the opposite of Orthodox.
If someone leaves a party to go sit in the car by themselves and it's in their feels, do you go into their car and say, "Hey, man, you're being a real asshole right now"?
Evangelical. You're
You're
that's where
wrong.
I wrote this down. The car on the driveway is quote free of Christmas. That's where you go when Christmas isn't working out for you.
And Kirk Cameron doesn't let you have that safe
Like,
space.
It's all wrong. It just wasn't. It wasn't bad to me. It was just boring. I mean, it's just sure if this is what evangelical Christians believe, that's cool, but it's trying really hard to put that into some sort of movie plot that doesn't fit. I mean, there's no plot. It's just a dude who's like, I don't understand, and another dude's like, let me just tell you. It's like VeggieTales. Well, I don't know. Maybe VeggieTales is more.
VeggieTales
better.
was better, yeah, for sure.
I haven't seen VeggieTales in years, but
What?
it's just trying to make.
Wait.
things-
Where did VeggieTales come in?
What do you? When I say the word VeggieTales, what do you think of, Grant? What do you? What is it?
Veggies.
What are VeggieTales?
It's like a little cartoon thing.
About what?
I don't know.
I don't really
They
know
have
either, but I always
adventures, they
remember
have
there were
fun.
stories.
Well,
Yeah.
it's all
It's a cartoon.
it's all
right?
religious.
I had no idea.
They're like
I don't
Bible
know.
stories told by like vegetables.
Sounds
I
like that
must
could be the
have missed
case. I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
It's a good way to convey those messages, I guess.
Exactly. So you turn it into this cartoon and you think it's on par with like SpongeBob or just I don't know Timmy Turner or something, but actually they're all Bible stories teaching like
bangers only.
Christianity.
Yeah.
So
It looks like like Santa Claus is like from the Dutch. Like is not. It's like a legend of him handing out gifts to children. Like it has
Yeah, puts it
nothing
in
to
their
do-
shoes at their door. You leave your shoes out.
Yeah, like
I mean,
There's a bunch of different legends, though.
yeah.
No,
I
but-
mean, it's
but
like
they-
what
they
religion
showed-
is correct.
the Dutch are Christian, first of all,
But they're
and
are they the sect of Christianity that Kirk Cameron is very
I mean the Bible is European. It's not American, right?
yeah. It's pretty
So,
old.
yeah, I feel like they're
I-
trying to be biblical referent. You know, like I don't. That's all I'm saying is I don't fucking believe what they said.
Well, it's just what
I've never heard that before. It sounded like completely, totally made up stories for this movie.
it's just a sect of a religion. I mean, that's what it is. Like different.
That's what
people-
religion is, Grant.
Yeah, like like if I told you explain some religious belief by some
Who
person
was the
living in a
guy who
hut,
he beat? Who was the guy's name who he's beat? I want to fact check this.
some bishop.
Arias or something like
I'm
that.
sure it's just whatever evangelical Christians believe. I mean, the criticism of the
no,
movie
no.
is like, why are they preaching to us?
Yeah.
No,
it's
okay,
not
I get
entertaining.
that.
That's why I felt like it
understand,
had to be
yes.
a war on Christmas kind of response, Glenn, because it felt like there's no other way. Who are they talking to? And it had to be like some sort of response to the war on Christmas movement. That's the only way I could rationalize this in my mind of like why this was made.
Yeah, I think they have a lot of money, and that guy, he was in the original
Growing
plane movie.
Pains.
What was that called? Nothing Left Behind. Nick Cage played in the remake Left Behind. I think the movie came out maybe a decade later, but he was starred in the original Left Behind. And it's just this very literal interpretation of the Bible, and I don't know, it's people are devout followers.
I looked into him a little bit. So he was a childhood actor star in something called Growing Pains with Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt.
Mm-hmm.
And then he married. He was 17. He met a girl who was 23 who was a co-star. And her dad kind of converted him. And then his conversion ended the TV show because he no longer wanted to do anything. I have a quote from him. Cameron has spoken about his commitment to not kiss any other women other than his wife on screen. If an acting role requires a kissing scene, his wife will dress up as the respective female, and filmmakers will shoot the scene in silhouette, according to an interview he did with USA Today.
That's great.
But he basically broke up the show and then just only made Christian movies from there on out. And just is very strange.
Very strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just seem to, they explain nativity scenes, Christmas trees, and Santa.
I still need to fact check this Santa's thing. Maybe
But
I'll
there's
do
no
it.
fact checking, Grant. It's like whatever
No,
you're.
The whole point is that he was tying it to actual biblical, like
It's-
things that
it's
happen
like
in the
faith.
Bible. No.
The Bible's also just fake, Grant.
The
You can't
Bi-
fact
there
check
is-
anything
there-
in the Bible.
There is the Bible, and there's text in the Bible, and I want to see if there's actually a story about Saint Nicholas smiting and like
There's
some
not.
dude. Okay.
Saint
So
Nicholas
then
No, but
what-
that's the whole
Bible.
point. They're like, where are the Christmas trees in the Bible? And he's like, there aren't. And then he went into some spiel
So-
about Christmas
so-
trees.
Okay.
The Bible was
okay,
written
well,
like 150 years after the event.
So okay, maybe I missed. Yeah, I remember the Christmas tree thing about so Santa Claus not in the Bible. I thought they were saying, but Saint Nicholas is in the Bible, and this is what happened. But you're saying no,
not in the Bible.
Saint Nicholas is not even in the fucking Bible either. There's nothing about Santa Claus in the fucking Bible.
Saints are in the
but-
Bible. Saints are
But
like,
here's a story.
Yeah, so
saints are like
religion
men of
is
God
just-
who emerge after the fact.
Fucking horrible, dude. Christ.
But I mean, I don't think that's the surprising part or part I like disagree with. I mean, that's in every religion. Some dude's just gonna say, "Oh, this happened."
But I
Back
just
then.
I guess what Pat, like when Pat was saying this, it just made me think. It's like I didn't, it's just like bullshit. Then it's just fucking bullshit.
Religion is bullshit.
No, this dude's explanation. He's just saying whatever he can to get this guy to believe him. Like
That is
basically,
religion.
he's just scheming. Yeah, it's.
But I mean, at some point, like nobody's there. You have
I
to.
thought there was
rely on-
some validity of like this Santa Claus story. No.
I mean, what?
I mean, I was googling a little bit. There's nothing on like I think they just made it up for the film. Like I think they just never the thing before made it up for the fucking film. Like,
but how do you rationalize any sort of God story? No, I mean any religion. Just like
what do you mean?
there's no proof in anything. There's just stories. All it is stories.
Yeah, it's all like word of mouth and like it's like a tradition, you know? You don't really like what's the proof that like your great grandma like came from some part of Italy and did this stuff and it's like a cultural tradition.
Yeah.
I mean, there were some outlandish things. They were like, the gifts are like the skyline. I was like,
Bro, I
oh, okay.
Could
that's-
not.
The swaddling cloth.
I think I tuned that out completely.
They're like, and now take away baby Jesus from the scene, which
Bruh,
leaves.
for
I didn't even
fucking
follow.
dark
I was
cave.
like, what the fuck are you talking about? The swaddling cloth? Like, I did not logically follow what the Quinn. I feel like you followed. What was the importance of the swaddling cloth?
The swaddling cloth that part was just saying that, like, the cloth that was there when he was born was also there when he was resurrected. There was like a cloth found when they went into the tomb, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
it's
what
like,
does that have to
it
do with the
just doesn't
snow
make any
globe in the
sense.
corner? Yeah,
So the snow
like,
globe in the corner was saying like, oh, why are we? This is the main part of Christmas. This is what we should be celebrating, and it's just this little snow globe that's tucked away in the corner, and nobody really looks at it.
Also, I've never seen one of those fucking snow globes. I always see like an actual set built of like the scene. I've never seen it in a snow globe. Ever.
Okay, I mean, whether if
I know,
it's a
sorry.
scene
I know,
or
I
in
know,
the snow globe,
Just,
and
I was just going off a little bit.
I think the
Don't
point
let-
was that, we see the scene so much and we don't actually think about like what that scene like means and like what was going on. It was dumb. I didn't like that part because they start. His last question was like, "We can feed all these people," and then they jumped into the nativity explanation, which I was like,
Well,
the
also,
leaps I just couldn't follow. Like he was like,
yeah,
going from A to like M,
X.
and like I'm like
Have
I
faith.
understand how these things are related, but like there's
I don't
nothing
think they're
to follow.
compelling. Yeah, they're not compelling. All right, like so. Let's say the swaddling cloth is important because it's life and death. Why is it still in the corner then?
And what's that to
Because-
do with feeding the people?
"There's a lot of other stuff going on." Because then they talk about the tree and the Santa.
No, the swaddling cloth.
I don't know
And
more
then-
about the swaddling. The swaddling cloth is nothing. I don't know. It's just there.
What do you mean it's nothing? He said the whole like epiphany. He was like, the swaddling cloth. I've never thought about the swaddling cloth.
All right. Are the people like? Is this dude just like huffing on Christianity so hard, or is he like is something wrong with this man?
I feel like they didn't show it on the camera, but there's another dude in the back of the truck with like a gun to the dude's head.
That's what I. Felt.
And then he's like, you're going to fucking listen to this dude's stories. Every fucking word. You're going to like it. And
was
then he's
like,
like,
this
the
is not
swaddling
safe.
cloth. Yeah.
This is not a safe set. Like this is a dangerous. These people need to leave.
Then what's the dude's name?
It was a very weak argument for.
What's
It
his
was
name?
more
Cameron.
I think, of a setup for the other 2 points when they started talking about, all right, why do we have this big tree and decorations and Santa? And
Still, all of that fucking money and presents could be used to saving lives.
well, they try to address that by saying, it's the celebration of the materialization of Jesus. So it should be celebrated with material items.
I feel like you should just own it and say it's fun to buy cool shit for yourself and for those you care about.
They like it when they buy
I also
shit.
feel like another human being's life is probably more important. Like, I understand maybe you're supposed to sure, for Christmas, but I think if Jesus said, like, material celebration of Christmas, human life, I think Jesus would pick the human life.
He
But
might.
I never
yeah,
met
yeah.
him, you know?
Then that's what we think a good Christian would do. But you gotta rationalize it somehow, and then I don't know. I didn't care to look it up. And he's like, Jesus wasn't born in December, right? Right? Everybody knows that. I still didn't know. Like, when was it? When do they think he was born? I don't. But the light out of the darkness. I mean, there are arguments there. It's not a movie. It's just like
on
going
that
to
point,
church.
Quinn. On that point, Quinn.
Yeah.
Imagine you paid and saw this in theaters.
No one paid for this.
No one.
Yeah, dude. The
I know it made
fucking
$3
box
million.
office was
But that's like church groups and like him paying people to go see it. Like no
Yeah,
one
I'm
paid.
sure
Like,
every
no
church had a
theaters.
little viewing. You go there.
But you're telling me the theater you worked at, Pat, because you worked at a theater in 2014.
No,
around
they
this
wouldn't
time.
run this small shit.
They
What are
would
you
or would
talking
not.
about?
No, they would not run this.
Oh. Was it Movie Monday?
What do you mean?
No,
It's
no
Kirk,
one. You get like.
It's
Alright.
Kirk Cameron. That's a household name.
It's very generic. Sure, I might have heard it somewhere, but is that Captain
never
Kirk
heard.
from Star Wars? I don't know. James Cameron plus Captain Kirk. It's just like the blend of two.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yes.
No, you run fucking Iron Man for an extra 6 weeks rather than this or whatever. It was in 2014.
I don't know why, especially, this goes back to just it not being a movie. They had to include like the weird conspiracy dude subplot for 2 scenes.
What was
DeAndre?
that about?
Oh,
The guy, well, first they were taking away Crazy Shirt Fridays,
Well, yeah,
DeAndre.
but then
and then he just exploded. I don't know.
I wasn't.
But then it never like resolved, did it?
No, they never went back to it.
All right, so it ended. It said executive producer Kirk Cameron, whatever. And then I scrolled a little bit and I saw him and the other guy were talking. I'm like, I'm not listening to this. I'm closing out of this immediately. So maybe, did you guys watch the post-credit scene?
Yeah,
No.
yeah, I watched it. They
Okay.
didn't. It was more of it's a bloopers scene. It's
Okay.
like it's not. It's them doing the scene and them like cracking up.
Can't believe you
And, like,
watched it.
So it's not adding any value or any plot continuation. It's just
You know
bloopers.
what added a lot of value in plot continuation?
What?
The hip hop dance at the end.
I have a theory about that too.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, let's hear it. This is the
You-
time.
Well, let me ask you, why would you include that in a movie?
Because
all.
it
People
was
like
it was,
church.
Yeah, it's a celebration of life.
Close, maybe, kind of.
No, it was
Which
for me.
we said very
I
different things.
started dancing with them.
What did you say, Pat? I didn't hear.
Yeah, I didn't hear you. Either.
Black people like Jesus.
They like to dance,
Yeah.
hip hop
Jesus
dance.
hip hop.
Kind of. We're getting on the.
The youth.
Do you?
The youth.
Maybe not. So this is my theory. If you go and watch the trailer for this film, a lot of the scenes are just that from that hip hop like dance number. So I think it was just used as a way to market the movie, because you don't have a lot to draw from if you're shooting a trailer for this. You're trying to edit a trailer for this film. I mean, what are you just going to show them in the car for a minute? You need people moving around, action.
Can't you show some Santa Claus scenes?
Fucking smiting the guy.
Yeah. Also, was Santa Claus fucking homeless? What the fuck? Why was he so disheveled?
Because he was a good guy who was
No, he's bad in a good way.
Yeah, he loved people too much.
He's a man. Did you take a picture of that?
Yeah.
Oh my god. But then they talked about spiking the eggnog at one point. I was like, eggnog is alcoholic. You fucking weenies.
No, you could buy it.
Yeah, it's
Non-alcoholic.
not.
No, but eggnog is. I think eggnog is it's like an alcoholic, like historically alcoholic drink. It was used, I think, to keep your eggs in milk and sustain them so they don't spoil. You add alcohol to them.
But if I go to a Christmas party, I assume the eggnog's not alcoholic. Though.
Yeah, I think usually it doesn't.
All right, you guys, your fucking parties suck.
I'm not saying
I've never had non-alcoholic eggnog, and it's at every Christmas party I've been to.
milk, egg.
It's actually
milk
not.
punch.
It's not at my family Christmas party.
It's
There's
not
no
at mine
eggnog.
either. I'm just
Okay,
saying.
so you
Obviously,
you-
if you
like-
went to a party, a drinking party, and they
no,
said,
it's not
"Hey,
a
you want
drinking.
some-"
No, like
I
family.
mean, the whole. Why does the term
gathering.
spiked eggnog exist? Because it's
It
spiked.
doesn't. I've never heard that before.
You heard it today.
Yeah, that's why I said spike the eggnog. Like what?
Okay.
Eggnog's already spiked. That was why I brought it up.
Well,
Let's look up eggnog.
Sometimes. I mean, if-
Eggnog.
Because you can buy it at the grocery store and like by the milk.
Historically,
pairs well. It can or it can't be. I don't
One
think
time, my
there's a
coworker
default.
who was pregnant
the
had a
etymology.
craving for eggnog at work, and I told her I could get it. She said, "I will give someone, any amount of money if they can get me eggnog." So I Instacarted 4 gallons of eggnog, and she gave me $40. It's
Damn.
the easiest money I've ever seen.
She wanted 4 gallons.
She didn't specify, and there was a minimum order. It was like you
Uh.
know that awkward
Yeah.
where you're like the free shipping.
gonna say,
versus
like, if
the
I
delivery
want a
fees.
Kind of
craving-
upset. Well,
Yeah,
I
if
guess
I wanna-
she made it pretty explicit. I want eggnog. Someone give it to me.
I'll pay any amount of money. So it's like I'm just gonna give you 4. I don't. They were the weird. Maybe not 4 gallons, but maybe 2 gallons.
4.5 gallons,
Yeah.
which is better.
Still
Yeah,
a
spiked
whole lot
eggnog.
of egg.
I can't even like picture the taste of non-alcoholic eggnog. I feel like the alcohol is such a big part of the taste.
Just cream. Just
Creamy.
drink it like
It's like
cream.
cinnamony.
Yeah.
A little bit
Nutmeg and
nutmeg.
cinnamon cream.
I like they had some tutting though in the hip hop scenes. They did a little bit of.
I was pausing it during the hip hop scene and looking at the crowd's faces,
Yeah, I noticed the crowd a lot during that scene
The
too. I'm
crowd?
like, yeah, because they were
like
like,
the little kids and stuff,
Oh,
and they just
Yeah.
did not want to be. They looked a little. It's not a safe set. It's not a safe set.
oh, you didn't think so?
I don't think. It
I mean,
felt-
that would make sense with the history of
gunman.
the church. Oh,
and the history of the church too.
and the history
Yeah.
of the church.
I wonder. They looked like kind of good dancers, but not like enough that I'd call professional. So I don't know if maybe they were actors first and they learned the piece, and that was just as good as
Well,
it gets.
I think they were hired on just for the dance, right? Like, there's their only like.
That must. Oh
like,
yeah.
It,
now that I
like they
think about
pulled
it.
out like people that were like they had not been. I don't think in any other scenes. You're like, I don't recognize any of these faces, and then they just start dancing.
Uncle Dave. You don't recognize Uncle Dave?
No, except the conspiracy theorist dude. He like did a little bit of a jam. He like kind of flipped over breakdance style.
Didn't the sister dance or his
Yeah,
wife?
he did the
dance?
splits.
The conspiracy dude.
Not well. The black dude.
Yeah.
DeAndre.
Well, there's 2 black dudes.
Was there?
Yeah, the other dude, the conspiracy dude. Other.
No, the
dudes.
other conspiracy dude was white dude with the beard.
He looks like black or.
Black.
He
He was
looked
high
He
mixed.
used
yellow,
black
though.
beard. Anyways,
Guys, it's gonna
what?
be pretty hard to go under on this one.
Well, speaking of going under,
it's about that time. The Jinky Bandit review.
you're supposed to ask me.
What?
Is it about that time?
I was reading the banner that we have at our when we go live at YouTube that you can watch every Wednesday. at 9:00 Eastern
Eastern. It's 6 p.m. Pacific.
What time?
It's
Mountain
7
time.
p.m. Mountain. And
Central.
8 p.m. Central.
Do we have any more
And
time
if you're
zones?
if you're in Hawaii,
What if you're in India?
In Delhi?
and India is like 10 or something. I used to have to interface, anyways.
Appreciate
Yeah, I don't have anything.
It's about the
else.
time.
The GQ Panda review, or whether where we
Over
decide whether the
or under?
true rating of surviving.
Saving.
Surviving?
Wait, the IMDb says surviving, saving Christmas. Original title: Saving Christmas. That's, I don't know who put that there. Is over or under the IMDb rating, and we're sitting at a hold up, I'm on the wrong thing, guys. This is a young boy Danny tries to prove the existence of Santa by using his intelligence and gadgets. This is not.
That sounds
I'm
better.
gonna capture him. It sounds
I like
better,
that one.
honestly.
Yeah, is
That
that
one had a 3.2.
We
but
could do that next week.
this one has
is that
a
on the
one-
bottom 100 too?
I
Christ.
don't even know. It's 2017. It's only 3 user reviews. Or 5.
My reindeer repeller will keep him isolated from his
Amateur
getaway vehicle.
production. Poor
Hit me
storytelling.
with the real number.
1.3 with 16,000 votes.
Under 0.
It's really tough.
I don't know. I wish there was a category for like.
I'd go like I think I'd
Non-applicable.
go over. Yeah, I think I'd go like over. Just it's like I don't know. Under 1.3 is
Like I don't think this was worse than Birdemic.
it was. Yeah, it was like made like the production quality is like fine. And you're just like, okay, this is just
It's just
stupid
boring
and
as
not a
hell.
movie.
You know, I don't
Yeah,
give a
you're
shit
like,
about
this is-
whatever they
yeah.
believe in.
Yeah, Quinn says not a movie, so
It's not a
would
movie.
Rate it as a 0.
Yeah, that's fair. You know, I'm not disagreeing with you. I respect that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go
Thank you.
over under. I'm giving it a new. Not a movie. It's not a movie.
Corporate, can we do that?
Corporate, we're gonna have to get back.
Ring a ding a ding a ding. Ring a ding
Our
a ding.
sponsors don't like that.
Yeah, this is. It's like if you just told a story. If me and Grant like were just talking to each other, and you just made the production really good, and we were just like, so then you broke your arm, huh?
It was like a
And you'd be
home
like,
movie.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I broke it.
Flashes to like a trail with skates.
Ah, yeah.
And a bear was chasing me.
It's a church service turned into a feature-length film, because that's what like a priest does. You know, there's a part in the sermon where you go up and you kind of storytell for like 20 minutes.
The homily, Quinn.
The homily. It's the homily.
It's been a while since I've been to church, evidently.
Dude, that's some.
They make up these stories every week.
I think so. When's the last time you've been, Pat?
Tyler's wedding was in a church, so there was like a service. So January
gonna have a
22nd,
service?
2022.
Me? You, Pat?
Pat,
Hell no.
What
I
do
was
you mean?
burning a little bit when I walked in there, dude.
Well, how would it'd be a little
is
tough?
that
for
what
him
happened to your beard?
Because there's a difference in beliefs.
Emily's a Jew.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
She was weirded out more than me.
At one point, they're like, oh, "This is, blah blah blah," because of the Jews. Like, I was half expecting that during this film.
Yeah. Punch his pipe.
They kept on saying, which was bothersome to me, that the whole world was celebrating this at this moment, like celebrating Christmas. I'm like, no, what? What do you? What? The whole world? It's not. I don't know. I
It's got a
guess
problem
they're
with religion.
no, like Islam's not celebrating Christmas.
I think their
Do you
point
know
is just
the
there's
one-
people all over the world celebrating it.
Not really in the Middle East.
You don't think there are any Christians in the Middle East?
If they are, most of them are probably scared for their lives.
Probably, but I think
So
the
they're
pull
not really
is strong
celebrating very, like, closet celebrating.
enough. Closet tree. All right, not a movie. Not
I'm just
see
gonna
N/A, not a movie.
Damn.
That's a 0. And what is Grant?
I'll go. I'm hopping on your wagon.
Whose?
Quinn's.
Okay.
It's not a movie.
Not
He's
a
taking
movie.
him to Platoon Town and Nam.
All right. That was boring as hell. What are we doing next week, Grant?
Well, we had so much homework last week. We had to watch this fucking horrible shit film thing, a piece of media. Then we had to listen to Future's album, which we already talked about. We also had to test the waters on a new television series. I think that season 2 just came out. Quinn, right?
No, it's been renewed for a second season, but it has not been released
Season
yet.
2 just came out. It didn't come out, apparently. Corporate is correcting me. But it's on Apple TV. There's 9 episodes in season 1, and it's called Severance, starring Adam Scott. I'm just going to give a quick premise. I think it reminds me very much of Black Mirror, and it's in the future. Takes place sometime in the future, and it's about a guy who signed up for a service called Severance, where you don't remember your working self and your non-working self. So when you go to work, you enter kind of a new self, where now you are your work self. You don't remember who you are from home, and now you just work, and then you remember everything about your home life once you leave, but they're disconnected. And it is kind of dystopic, as you know. I feel like the genre should be called Black Mirror, because that's what it feels to me. But I liked the first episode a lot, without going too much into it. And we're going to review the first 3 next week with you all. So you guys got 3 hours of homework.
Sounds good, Grant. I'm excited. Watch the first episode as well. I'm looking forward to continuing the series. And who knows? Maybe it'll be our. We'll still keep up G&Q patented review. You know, could be better, could be worse. It's been a while since we went episode by episode on the IMDb, so I'm interested in seeing what the people think.
I know it's rated really high.
I feel like TV shows are always inflated.
Yeah, especially new TV shows.
Yeah, it's like a hardcore person too. They go in there and 10 out of 10 each episode.
You know why? Because especially in today's age, I feel like if you don't like a TV show, you're just gonna not watch another episode. That's it. You know, like I feel like the only especially pilot seasons are probably rated pretty high, because only the people who like it go and rate it, versus like, you know, the last season of Game of Thrones is probably atrociously low because people liked it and now are disappointed. But pilot seasons, like, how do you fuck up? I mean,
yeah,
you got
it was
a fan
good
base
enough to even
Yeah.
to start the show. People liked it enough to throw money at it.
It's the
Yeah.
easiest part, you know. You put a fun idea out there and take your little spin at it.
Yeah. So,
Cool.
anything else, guys?
Nope.
Alrighty. Thank you all for listening. We will see you next week with Severance, the first 3 episodes of season 1. In the meantime, you can email us. Maybe you have a television series you would like for us to watch. Maybe you have a favorite Christian film. Maybe you have a favorite Christian story you want to share with us. feedback@gqreview.com. You can email us there. You can also follow us on our social media. DM us, tweet us, retweet us, comment, all those at GQ Review is our handle for our Twitter and our Instagram. Thank you all for listening. We will see you guys next week.
Peace.
Peace.